I don't normally eat a lot of fried food, but when I do, it's the good stuff. Today I'm going to be doing a shrimp and oyster po' boy, New Orleans style. I'm going to be using the real deal. This is true New Orleans po' boy French bread. I got some beautiful Gulf shrimp over here. I've got some nice looking oysters. So let's get this started. In the vein in these shrimp here, these are Gulf shrimp. These are 16-20 count per pound. I have a lot more shrimp here than what I'm actually going to need for the po' boys. So I'll do some of these, and when I peel them, I'll leave the tail on. I'll just have these as just fried shrimp. By the way, okay, I just added some new peanut oil to this deep fryer. Just recently cleaned it out and got rid of the old oil, so this is some brand new oil, which is going to be really good on this cook. Peanut oil is excellent for seafood or really just about anything. And what I have found to be an excellent cooking oil for seafood especially is cottonseed oil. But I'm having a hard time finding that right now. A few years back, Academy Sports over in Gulfport carried it, and it wasn't bad priced either. I had like 3 big jugs of that stuff and eventually used it all. I did see where Sam's carries it, so I'm going to check that out and see if I can't find some. But peanut oil is really good. Okay, one thing we can go ahead and get behind us here is the remoulade sauce. A lot of people use a tartar sauce on their shrimp po' boys, oyster po' boys, or a combination of shrimp and oyster po' boys. I like the remoulade sauce. You can do either one. We're going to start with 1 1/4 cup of mayo, 1/4 cup of Creole mustard, 1 teaspoon of pickle juice, get 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. I'm using Slap Your Mama. This is 1 teaspoon of horseradish. A few drops of Tabasco sauce. Mix it all in. Now throw in 1 clove of very minced garlic. Stir this in. Refrigerate. Alright, as a side, we're going to make some pickle chips. I've got some dill. These are hamburger dill chips is what these are. I've got paper towels on them. I have paper towels on top to dry them out somewhat. Simply just going to add these to some buttermilk here. Just straight buttermilk. Let's go ahead and let's just dump these in. Got the deep fryer up to 350 degrees. That's the temperature I'll be frying everything at. Alright, what I have here is self-rising flour. Self-rising flour, I'm actually going to be using self-rising flour on everything I cook today. It makes it light and very crispy. All we're going to do is coat these in the buttermilk. We're going to flour them up, put them over here in the deep fryer basket. We'll be back. Make sure you shake off the excess. Just coat them good. Shake off the excess. Okay, by the way, I seasoned this flour with some Cajun and seasoning, Slap Your Mama. You can use whatever you like, just salt, pepper, whatever. But that's what I use. Good stuff. I've got my first batch loaded up in the basket here. We're going to go ahead and get our first batch going. Fry these until golden brown. These are just about ready to come out. You can see they're getting a good golden brown. By the way, if you don't want these to stick together, you can either separate them at the bottom of your basket before lowering it, or put them in one at a time. I had a few that wanted to cling to each other, as you can see towards the back there. No big deal, but on the next batch I'll do that a little bit differently. Just drain these out on some paper towels. What I'm going to do is go ahead and finish the rest of these, and after they're all done, I'm going to place them in the oven. I have it set at 170 degrees. Just keep them on warm until everything else gets ready. Okay, my last and final batch of the pickle chips are done. I'm going to go ahead and drain those. And right here, we're getting ready to start these shrimp. This is self-rising flour also. And I have seasoned this fairly well. I should have done it in front of the camera, but I tell you, I've used Cajun seasonings, salt, pepper, just all sorts of different things. And what I have found to be the best, I mean, really get this the best flavor, is this Emerald's Original Essence. You know, years ago, you was able to type the recipe for this off the internet. You couldn't buy it in the stores, and I always kept a batch. But I'm not promoting this or anything, but I'm telling you, it is excellent on shrimp. So that's what we got in the flour here. Now, here's a trick right here to make these things just restaurant quality. I mean, awesome. I have equal parts of whole milk and buttermilk. What I'm going to do to that is use the same essence, the same seasoning. We're going to season this all in. So I have it in my milk, I have it in my flour. That should be enough. Just going to simply mix this up. I'm going to lay some shrimp in this. After they're good and coated, we're going to coat them with the flour and into the deep fryer. We'll be back. Okay, we got our shrimp all inside the milk mixture here. Just take these, flour them on both sides, shake off your excess. We're going to layer these in the basket. Try not to let them touch as you layer them in there. Go ahead and get us one batch ready. Drop them in the oil. We'll be back. Okay, we're getting ready for batch number 2 here. I don't have a set time on shrimp. I just go by the color only. When they're nice and golden brown, it usually don't take long, 3-4 minutes tops. Okay, this is what we got so far. This is all of our shrimp. This is all of the pickle chips. Alright, now for some oysters. Okay, my uncle taught me this trick years and years ago. A lot of people in the South will use cornmeal to do their oysters in. I always like the ones like you get at the famous restaurants in New Orleans, the ones that used to be right here in Biloxi before the casinos took over. But anyway, it's very simple. Just crack one egg. I got a brand new beer here I'm going to open. Pour in a little bit of beer. Just about like that. Now we're just simply going to mix this all in. Beat the egg into the beer. Once again, we're going to use self-rising flour. I don't know, it just gives it that flaky, light crisp. And I'm going to use the same flour that I used on the shrimp. Alright, we'll be back. Just coat it good, just like everything else. Shake off the excess. Layer them in the bottom of the deep fryer basket. Just like that. Okay, I just threw the oysters into the hot oil here. There again, just cook these until they're nice and golden brown. I got the last batch of oysters going here. I'm going to go ahead and get prepped up and get ready to put these po' boys together. We'll be back. Alright, we got this French bread here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these hills off. I like the hill normally, but for aesthetic reasons I'm cutting that off. We're going to make this first one around 6 inches. Cut it in half. Oh, it's crusty on the outside, nice and tender on the inside. Okay, we're getting ready to put this thing together. First thing you want to do is take some of this remoulade sauce and spread on each side of the inside of the French bread. Each side gets a good coating, just like this. Love this stuff. Now, you want to take some shredded lettuce, lay it across the bottom. Three slices of tomatoes. Maybe we could have made that a little bit bigger, huh? Put some black pepper on that. A little bit of salt. Okay, now you want to take on one side, layer some shrimp. I'm getting the ones that had the tails removed, of course. Everybody wants to bite into that. About 4. Now on this side, oysters. Just like that. Yes, I definitely should have made this longer. I thought that was around 6 inches. That's more about like 4 inches. Made some good Super Bowl food though, isn't it? Alright, put your top on. You could eat it just like this, or you can hang on a minute and I'll show you what else you can do with it. Okay, if you really want to make this even that much better, make a pressed po' boy out of it. You could either put olive oil or melted butter. I'm using melted butter. Brush the top and the bottom. If you have a panini press, that's even better. But this is all I have and works just fine. Got this pan hot. We're going to press these. We get a little heat through it, get a little toasted on each side, get some heat running through it. We'll be back. Alright, we got the bottom toast a little bit. I've flipped it over. We're going to do the other side. It should be getting pretty close to being ready. It is. Just like that. This is amazing on this French bread. When you do a press like this, I don't care what kind of po' boy it is, roast beef, whatever. This just gives it such a crunch on the outside, and it's just amazing. Okay, let's plate this bad boy up. Okay, it's time to eat. We have the pickle chips here. We have some ranch dressing to dip these in. And here we have the pressed shrimp and oyster po' boy. Let's eat.